Hi, friends. Today we are sitting down to chat with you about some of the most frequently asked questions that we hear a lot from our clients or people just messaging us on Facebook or Instagram. So we thought we would combine it into one video and bring you the facts that you want to know.
So, starting off, we'll just get right into it. So the first thing is in regards to MyFitnessPal, because we do have most people using MyFitnessPal to track their food. We just get a lot of questions on how to use this. So the main thing would be, should you focus on macros or should you focus on calories? Well, that's easy. Macros are calories, calories are macros. So if you're counting your macros, your calories will fall right into place. Sometimes MyFitnessPal is weird and it'll tell you you're like a little bit off on your calories, but as long as you see that you're hitting those macro goals that you have set, then you should be good to go on your calories.
So another question we get a lot is
exercise in MyFitnessPal.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Should I count for the exercise that I do within those macros and calories that you're tracking? And if you're working with a coach like us, when you signed up with us, we ask our clients, what is your activity level? What does your day-to-day look like? How many hours are you spending in the gym or not? What does your job look like? Are you at a desk? We ask all of that so we can actually take that into account when we're writing up your macro prescription. So we already have your numbers based off of your activity level. Now, if you're working off an online calculator that's more of a generic calculator, I'm not really super familiar with them, but you might want to take into account your exercise if you're feeling really run down from day to day. You don't feel like the macros that you're on are enough fuel for your workouts. But again, with us, we already take that into account. So do not track your calories burned in your exercise.
So next question is, what should I do if I veer off my plan? And this is just a huge one that I think a lot of people can get overwhelmed with. Like, I'm supposed to be sticking to these numbers and then this social situation came up, or, I got really busy or whatever and I got off track. And the biggest thing is don't beat yourself up and just get right back on track. Mm-hmm. The most damage is done if you just throw in the towel and be like, I messed up one day, forget it, I'm just going to eat Oreos and chips and everything for the next week. So all you have to do is get back on track. It's simple.
Another question we get a lot of is, why can't I just measure out the food that I'm eating? Why can't I just measure out a cup? Or why can't I just measure out 2 tablespoons of peanut butter? Why do I have to weigh it? And the reasoning behind that is because weighing is just that much more accurate. If you're measuring out like a tablespoon of peanut butter, typically you're going to measure out a little more on the heavier side because peanut butter is good. So you're going to heap that tablespoon and call it a tablespoon. Or if you're measuring out fruit, let's say you measured out a cup of watermelon. Well, the watermelon, the way it fits in that cup, it's not going to use up all the space in that cup. So it's not really an accurate way to measure out your food. You always need to weigh when you can.
Side note on that, I like to play a game with myself because it sets me up for like in the situations when I don't have a scale and I use more of an intuitive eating. When I am going to measure out my food, I'll like scoop the peanut butter out of the spoon and I'll be like, okay, how many grams do you think this is, Katie? And then I'll guess and then I'll weigh it, and like now I've been doing it for so long, I can actually usually guess pretty close, but still there's some things where you're like, I was way off, so that's kind of a fun little game to play with yourself.
She got me started on the banana game.
Oh yeah, the banana. Guess how much your banana weighs in the peel and then weigh it. Most bunches weigh the same as their friends. Mm-hmm. So anyways.
We're all about games.
Yeah. You can make food fun, So next question is, what do I do if I get to the end of my day and I'm feeling either super hungry but I've ate all my macros, or I'm feeling super full? Super hungry, if you ate all your macros, that's kind of tough. I would say chug some water, drink some tea, And then if that's a really consistent problem, talk to your coach and like assess kind of what's going on and if changes need to be made. Earlier in the day, more volume of food is going to help just sustain your hunger throughout the day. So more veggies have less macros for more volume.
Mm-hmm.
If you're feeling super full, Mal, you want to take that one away?
If you're feeling super full and it's pretty consistent, aim for foods that are more dense in calories or a smoothie. Because something like a fruit smoothie, it's going to fill you up for that 30 minutes or whatever, but then it pretty much clears out your system pretty quickly. It's already broken down. Your body doesn't have to do a ton of work to digest it. So it's a lot easier to pack in the calories on something like a smoothie, drink it down, and not get that really full feeling like a full meal would do.
If you're like to the end of your day and you just feel tapped out, like I cannot anymore, then just, call it a day. But then the next day, make mental note of that and be like, okay, I need to either load more calories in the front of my day, or again, talk to a coach and be like, okay, this is a consistent feeling. I'm like so full.
So we also get the question, can I track macros if I'm vegan, Whole30, paleo, keto, vegetarian, whatever it is? And yes, you can. What tracking macros does is it's keeping an eye on quantity of the foods that you're eating. So if you are someone that does like to follow a paleo or Whole30 meal plan or diet, I guess, those are specifying the actual foods. Tracking macros, we are specifying the quantity. So you can keep those foods that you like within those macro ranges that we're prescribing, and voila, you're good to go.
Next would be if I eat out or somebody else cooks for me, isn't that less consistent and accurate than if you were weighing your own food? Yes, it is. And you can get yourself into a big stress mess, like worrying about exactly how much it is when you're out to eat or when someone else is cooking. But, the best bet is to just plan ahead as best you can, plan the rest of your day around it, and then just know that that's why we're consistent all the other days of the week, because we're meant to live life. We're meant to go have fun with our family, our friends, or whatever. So just know that one occasion isn't going to totally throw you.
And last but not least, should I stop eating at a certain time at night? No white at night, as Oprah used to say. And the answer to that is we do recommend to our clients to try to fit their last meal in about 2 hours before bedtime. The only reasoning for that is because if you eat a huge meal and then you go straight to bed, instead of your body fully turning into rest mode and recovery mode, it's working to digest your meal. So your sleep quality may not be as sound as if you had eaten earlier in the day. But in terms of progress, is eating something at 8 o'clock, 8:30 at night going to halt your progress? As long as it's within your macros, heck no. Eat it. And we'd rather have you hit your numbers anyway. So again, try to eat the bigger meal a couple hours before you plan on going to sleep so you can ensure that you're getting quality sleep that night. But life happens. If you get busy and you have to eat late, it's okay.
So that's about it for this one. We want to keep them pretty short, and we're going to just continue to do these frequently asked questions. So if you guys have more questions you want us to go over, comment below on this video and let us know. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Yes. Okay, bye guys.
Bye.